everybody, my name is Kyle, and welcome back to another video. Today, in this one, is going to be another live locals future match video, and in this one, it's going to be Vanquish Soul K9 taking on Dracotail. The Vanquish Soul K9 player will be on the left side, and the Dracotail player will be on the right side, and also, the Dracotail player is me, so I'll probably be super critical of myself here, but yeah, let's just hop right into the game here. So I think the Vanquish Soul player ended up winning the die roll and chooses to go first here. So he will start off with draw phase Fua, just in case, any playable cards like, Azuna is in the format, Famina and Dracotail as well. There's a lot of ways, like even Holy Suit as well. There's a lot of things that Fua on turn 0 is still perfectly fine enough play, because there are stuff in the format that does interact on turn 0. So Fua, he starts off with Fua, and especially in Vanquish Soul K9, that's probably not like a good way to get that card out of your hand. It's not like Yummy, where you can discard it, or Dracotail, where you can just fusion summon it with it. So, probably just a safe scenario, just in case if I decide to play on his turn. He goes, normal summons Dr. Madlove, choosing to use the effect. I chain Effect Veiler to it. He does allow that to resolve, and on resolution, I will chain Fualos to it. So just in case he wants to give me a couple draws off the Fualos. So Dr. Madlove did negate it, and he will link off into a Rock of the Vanquisher. We'll get a draw off the Fua, then goes effect to special summon. We'll special summon out Raisin from the hand, then go Raisin effect to go ahead and search for a Vanquish Soul monster. Now, I do apologize about the glare in the video. I'm going to try to improve on that in the future, but Raisin does get special summoned here. It's taking him a little bit to search, so he probably doesn't have like a Holy Suit in hand, or doesn't even have another like Vanquish Soul monster in his hand. If he's taking this long to search, the automatic search is always like usually Holy Suit, but if you already don't have a Vanquish Soul name, or if you don't have Holy Suit, then it makes it a little bit rough on what you want to search here. So he is taking a little bit here. It looks like there is a Lupus in hand, if I'm not mistaken, if I just saw that correctly. So that's one of the two cards that's in his hand right now. So it's really just him wanting to think on what he wants to search here. He doesn't really have the K9 stuff right now either. Like, it really depends. He can go for like a Paradise Smasher if he has enough level 5s to try to punish me that way. But he really is just deep thinking on this. But he eventually does get Holy Suit out of the hand here. And then goes Holy Suit effect, revealing Jiaolong. So it ended up being Jiaolong. So he did have a name. So he just took a little bit on what to search from the hand, or just what to search from the deck here with the Raisin. And just choosing to just think about it. He doesn't really want a special from deck, because it does give me another draw if he does it like that. We do know Jiaolong is in the hand, one unknown. It could have been a Lupus, and maybe it was the Jiaolong that I was saying. It's kind of hard to tell with this hand here, but we do know Jiaolong is in the hand. But he did pass in the end phase. I do go Magnamut, targeting the Dr. Madlove to banish itself, and then using Magnamut effect in end phase to search. We'll search for a dragon. We'll go ahead and search for Pan. We are on Dracotail, so we are playing dragons in our main deck, though it's not just Jerusalem or something like that. So we do get Pan out of this, and we'll draw for turn here. So we have a Pan, a Magnamut on field, does threaten a lot as well. We do know Jiaolong, and then he goes effect of Holy Suit, revealing Jiaolong, and it ended up being a lantern in hand that was just pretty much dead, just kind of a little bit of a brick there, so nothing he can really do. So he just goes effect to special summon. Will special summon Raisin into the other extra monster zone column, go Raisin effect to go ahead and search for a little bit rough there, maybe probably Caesar, and then the problem is he doesn't have a Earth in rotation, but he can get it back with like the Holy Suit play if he wants to as well. So it's still good enough. He still has like some sort of interaction, but now he has to deal with a Ketu, which is going to resolve, because we do know everything in hand, so Ketu will be able to resolve and search. He has to think if he wants to chain to this, maybe get like a Caesar in hand, and my cat wants in the closet, if he wants to go Caesar or something like that to bounce back the Holy Suit or something like that. But it looks like he does allow it to resolve. We'll search for Lucas here, and then we'll go ahead and fuse off Pan and Urgula and Molulu. That was all in hand to summon out the Aetherline, and we use 3 cards in hand for that play. So we have a lot of stuff now as well, a lot of interruption off of this Aetherline. So we do have a lot of chain links that are just about to happen here. So, Aetherline is pretty big right now. Like, we can go Aetherline, Chainlink 1, we do targeting Veiler as one of our targets here. You have to, he has 2, I do have 2 other targets here. I think I end up targeting the Rock of the Vanquisher just to force it out. And then the third target, I end up just adding Pan back to hand here. I think that's probably incorrect. But then we go Pan Chainlink 2, Molulu Chainlink 3, and then Urgula Chainlink 4 as just a lot of just chains here. Just like being able to chain block everything Pan's going to be able to pop a monster, Mololu being able to negate a face-up monster, and then Urgula being able to pop a spell trap, which doesn't really matter in this scenario. But all of them being able to set Dracotail spell traps from the deck is also very insane. And then adding back the Veiler for follow-up is also insane. I think the Vanquish Soul player is just like, damn, there's really nothing I can do. Maybe he should have chained Caesar to something, but it's still like a really rough call, to be honest with you. I set Rahu, set Flame, and then this will negate a card and negate the Raisin that he special summoned this turn. And then I go Pan Effect to go ahead and set a card. I set Horn, and then pop the Holy Sue here. And then the Rock gets bounced back, so he doesn't get to like add back or anything. Now I know everything in his hand. Caesar's pretty much dead to us. Like the Raisin, we just don't have to play into the Raisin that's in the other extra monster, though. In the attack position one, that's the effect that's live right now. But as long as I don't play into it, we're perfectly fine. Like, it's a really rough position, and we do know everything in hand, and we know that's not really going to do anything. Like, he can Caesar bounce back a Raisin. That's pretty much all he can do, though. So we're going to normal summon Lucas here, and then go effect to go ahead and search, probably for Femina if we don't already have Femina in rotation here. And we'll go ahead and search the Femina from the deck here. And then we link off into a Azza here using the Magnuma and the Atheline. We'll go Azza effect because he does have an Earth monster, so we take his Holy Sue, link into a Selene here. Now, we don't have enough spell counters to try to special summon a spellcaster, so we'll just link off into an Axis Code Talker, then go Atheline, Chainlink 1, Axis Code, Chainlink 2, so we chain block our Atheline, making sure it summons back from the graveyard, Axis Code to special itself, and also gets to pop 2 because we have a Light and an Earth in the graveyard for link monsters. And the Vanquish Soul player has seen enough. He just like, yeah, there's nothing I can really do. He even talks to me like maybe he should have just went to a Paradise Smasher play, try to punish like the Fua Veiler kind of play, but he's like, whatever, we'll just get into the next game and just hope to God I can do something then. So we're going to skip the siding here. I did record it, but there's really no point of trying to see it out here. So we're shuffling up here, so I'll stop it here. We shuffle up and we will draw for turn. The Vanquish Soul player did choose to go first here, and then in the draw phase here, I go activate Molcharmi Pirellia from the hand here, something you do have to worry about in Vanquish Soul K9, because Pirellia does do a lot, because you do end up special summoning from hand quite a lot in this deck here. So he does kind of have to think out his plays here. He goes ahead and activate Case of the Canine here, probably searching for either a Jokel or probably just another level 5 if he already has Jokel in hand. But it most likely is a Jokel, which he does end up getting here. So he gets a Jokel to hand here. And we'll go ahead and do normal summon Dr. Madlove. Dr. Madlove effect to go ahead and search, and that will resolve. So, you know, not the Veiler this time like it was in game 1. We'll go ahead and search for the Vanquish Soul start, activate Vanquish Soul start to go ahead and probably target and probably add like Holy Sue to hand here if we already don't have it, and we do end up searching the Holy Sue off of that as well. Just a Pirellia looks like right now. He goes Holy Sue effect, chain Pirellia there, so we get 2 draws off of this Holy Sue effect here, and we do know Jokel is hand as well, so he goes effect of Holy Sue revealing Jokel and Raisin to go ahead and special Raisin from the deck here. Go Raisin effect to go ahead and search for another Vanquish Soul monster, probably like a Jiaolong or something like that, just if you want to go for like a Paradise Smasher play, or if you're wanting like maybe Caesar. I don't know, you kind of have every Vanquish Soul name in rotation right now, so it probably is Jiaolong, and he does end up searching Jiaolong here, but I am getting a lot of draws off of these Pirellias. I think it's now 3 draws that we have right now, so that is something. He goes ahead and it looks like it's an Azuna. He goes Azuna. We draw 2 off of it, go Azuna effect special, then Lupus effect is special from the graveyard, and we go into a Paradise Smasher. Now we are trying to go to punish and floodgate our opponent out of it, and yeah, nothing I can really do about that, unfortunately. So didn't really draw, even though we got a lot of draws off the Pirellia. I didn't really draw anything. I think I drew a Veiler, but the problem is he kept Lupus under Paradise Smasher, so I can't target the Paradise Smasher, so very unfortunate. So he ends up rolling a 9, and then I roll a 5, but he can just turn the 2 into a 7, which makes it a 10. So I do lose the die roll there. So I am now locked out of monster effects, which is very unfortunate, and he can continue to play, even though I do have a shit ton of cards in hand. He can continue to play if he really wants to. But he's now thinking just like, okay, now I don't have to really worry about anything. We'll link into a Rock of the Vanquisher here, and then go, probably Rock to add back a Holy Sue, just so he gets, like, interruption during my turn, and he just probably calls it a day there, because, like, you can't do anything anyways. I don't want to play more into this Pirellia, so I'll just probably just go, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to do this, and yeah. just kind of making sure what Lupus does and makes her like, okay, you can't target the Paradise Smasher. Again, the Valor was kind of an unfortunate draw. Maybe like Nib, if we are playing Nib, something like that would have been nice. Or even like a Famina off of that would have been nice. But didn't really draw anything off of those Pirellias, unfortunately. So he just goes and keeps playing. He goes Jalkal reveal Jiaolong, and he was thinking about maybe just passing, but he just says, fuck it, you're under Paradise. What are you going to do? I'm going to search for Lantern and I'm going to play. I'm going to end on an end field that's probably just going to be impossible. You're going to pass back to me, and I'll just kill you on the follow-up, right? Like, that's probably just the way he does it. If he really cares about, he's giving me a shit ton of draws off of this Pirellia anyways, but he decides, like, you know what? He's really thinking about it. It's like, do I really want to do anything with this? Like, there's really no point. Like, he's like, fuck it. Yeah, we're just going to pass. We're just going to go end phase. We're going to get the start since we do have 2 Vanquish Soul monsters on the field, and we'll go ahead and set, and we'll pass. Now, I'm counting out the numbers here just to make sure Pirellia, but I don't have to really shuffle back because it is +6. So I do draw for turn here. So kind of unfortunate. Maybe you don't summon Jiaolong, but maybe he wants the trap card. So I go ahead and start with a Fenrir, and then he goes Jiaolong effect, revealing 2 fires to go ahead and search for a Vanquish Soul. Doesn't really matter. He pretty much has everything in rotation. But I just special summon out a Fenrir because we are playing it in the deck here. We search for Caesar, but again, I can't activate any monster effects. I can't even attack because Paradise Smasher is a really dumb card. Really, really dumb that this card exists, to be honest with you, but I'm not a fan of it. We'll go ahead and activate Rahu to go ahead and fusion summon. He chains Retaliating Sea. Yeah, I kind of just had everything, didn't he? So I just sent a Fua from hand that was dead and a Molulu. Summon out a Gulamel from the extra deck here just because Retaliating Sea is fucking annoying as fuck. Can't even trigger Fenrir to it. Like, it's really just, like, honestly a problem for me. I probably should just concede, to be honest with you. Like, this is just a really bad position for me. I attempt to pass to him. In the end phase, he does do Devil's Effect just to blow up everything on the field just so he doesn't have to worry about it. So he reveals Caesar, Razor, Raisin, and probably a dark, I don't know what the dark was, but he revealed 3, so I do blow up. I take 1800 as well, and again, that was in the end phase, so I do pass to him. So he draws for turn. He has all the setup. He has a Raise in hand. He has Holy Suit, all this stuff. He goes Lantern effect. Go ahead and special out a. He targets Jokal there to special out both them, and then goes Lantern effect to go ahead and search for a spell. Again, probably should just concede this to Dracotail player. I am the Draco player. Interesting quick play. He's on the other quick play, by the way. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like, I probably should just concede this, but I guess my hand probably should have a Nib in hand if we're even remotely trying to see what he's trying to do. He does overlay into a Ripper here, then go Ripper effect to go ahead and attempt to search. I do end up saying, yep, that's fine. I'm not going to change to that. That's perfectly fine with me. Goes ahead and searches for the forced release here. So now he has both quick plays in hand here. Goes Holy Sue's effect, revealing Caesar. Go ahead and special itself out, and then probably goes, I don't know, probably, yeah, effect to go ahead and special from deck here. He's probably just trying to OTK, to be honest with you. That's probably what he wants to do. He goes into a heavy border. He can, again, I took 18, so he could probably burn for 15 and just go to battle phase there. But now he's just kind of overextending now, to be honest with you. So he goes into a C104, or Nash Knight into 104 attached, and then go ahead and go into C Nash Knight, and then into C104. Again, I do apologize about the glare, but it is C104. Now he will attempt to go to battle phase here. I do chain Valor to the Ripper here. I'm just like, okay. He chains the force release to it to go ahead and summons another Ripper. At least attempts to. I'm like, you can't do that. It does have to be a different name, unfortunately. So you can't go into a Ripper there. You do have to go into Werewolf is what he goes into. But now, since it is out of the way, and yes, the reason why I stayed in this game is because I did have a Nibiru, the Primal Being. He does think I'm, like, again, it's still a main phase, so I go, okay, I'm just like, you think, again, that was in the main phase, but it still attempts to go to battle phase, so I go, okay, well, Nibiru right now then. Then he goes, yeah, that's pretty much fine. He attempts to go Werewolf effect, which I thought initially when I was like, it has to be a field and graveyard, kind of like the Sword Soul guy is, but no, he can do, he doesn't have to do both, which is kind of annoying, so I don't get the Gulamel, which is unfortunate, but he does also want to do Heavy Borger to burn for 15 as well, so now I've taken 31 total in this game, but the Nibiru does resolve, which is thankfully, but since he hasn't played or even normal summon yet, he now can just normal summon Raise and go into a Heavy Borger search, so he is on multiple Guys goes raising effect to pop the Nibiru, the primal being, and now he just needs to get bodies on field. Jokel effect, he's not triggered yet. So now I'll just concede here. Again, probably should have conceded way earlier, but he kind of overplayed into a Nib and Valor I had in hand, so it probably makes sense for me to do that. But, you know, he pretty much had everything. Fucking Paradise Masher is fucking annoying as fuck. But I also did double Pirelli him, so I can't really complain about that, can I? So we do take a little bit on the siding here, so we're cutting up here, so throw it there. So I did choose to go first here, so this is our game 3 hand now. So do kind of have to really think. We do go ahead and special summon Fenrir, which is pretty nice. A pretty nice, solid top deck. Go ahead and do effect to search here. I go ahead and search for another Fenrir. Again, I probably don't have to worry about Droll, because who's putting in Droll against Dracotail? That sets all their spell traps. Go Ketu. Again, the correct play is probably to do Ketu first and then search off of Fenrir. But I go ahead and search off of Ketu. Go ahead and search for Femina or Lucas. It really depends on what the hand looks like, but I go ahead and search for Lucas here. Then I'll go ahead and normal summon Lucas. Effect to go ahead and search for a Dracotail monster. And I probably search for Femina if I don't have Femina in rotation. And yes, I do search for Femina off of this Lucas here. So he's just reading every card just to make sure everything's good. So Fenrir, Lucas. So we know Femina and Fenrir is in the hand right now. We do trigger Femina effect to go ahead and fuse. We use fuse with Lucas and Molulu and go ahead and search for Atherlion. Atherlion effect will go ahead and fusion add back. We only used one from hand, unfortunately, so we do just add Femina back to hand. And then we used two Lucas Chainlink 2, Molulu Chainlink 3. So we set a Rahu and probably just another trap card, probably like Flame if we haven't if we, you know, depending on what our hand is. Oh, did I not trigger oh, that's a little interesting. Did I not trigger something? That's I only set a Rahu. Maybe I didn't trigger a Lucas, like, unless that's a Fenrir. Sorry, it wasn't Molulu. I'm a fucking idiot. So it was just a Lucas that I had in hand. So we just get the one set off of Rahu. So he tried to go Azuna's effect. Sorry, we kind of skipped over it. So you went Azuna, go special summon, and then Azuna effect to send Lupus to the graveyard. And then I went Fenrir Chainlink 2 to banish the Azuna on field. So Lupus is currently in the graveyard, but Azuna is left the field now. So now I'm like, okay, so we have a Rahu. We're kind of chilling, so we'll go Rahu effect. Change Retaliating Sea. Kind of unfortunate. That's why the Fenrir is in the deck, but I guess you do have to worry about fucking Lucas. You do also have to worry about Azuna, right? So that's kind of unfortunate. So Retaliating Sea is a goddamn problem for us because Dracotail needs their monsters to be sent to the graveyard for fusion material to trigger their effects. If they get banished, it does not matter. So Retaliating Sea is going to fuck a lot of things up here. So I'm like, damn, that's a really big problem. So I send Femina from hand and just a random, like, probably Lucas from deck is probably what I sent from deck there. To go ahead and send Glamo. That's very unfortunate, to be honest with you. Retaliating Sea is just that much of a goddamn problem for Dracotail. He attempts to do Lupus effect. I chain called by to it because I'm like, I'm not going to worry about this dumbass Lupus effect. So I called by the Lupus when he triggers the effect there. I set one card and attempt to pass to him. So kind of a really good hand from the Dracotail player. Had Azuna, Retaliating Sea, which was very, very good against Dracotail. So I set one card. I called by the Lupus, so I guess I'll never have to worry about Lupus in this matchup anymore. So he draws them. He goes, thinks for a little bit. He does have 4 cards in hand. Goes normal summon Raisin. Goes Raisin effect to go ahead and search here. And I do think a little bit here because I'm like, damn, fucking Raisin is a fucking problem. Goddamn. I will go ahead and chain Ash Blossom to it. It ends up being banished because of Retaliating Sea. But I chain Ash Blossom to it. It's like, if you have it, you have it. There's really nothing else I can do. I won't trigger Fenrir just because I'm like, if he has like a Canine or a Canine card, and then Fenrir is going to have to be worried about the Canine card there. So he's thinking about, looks in his extra deck. He's like, fuck it, we're going to have to go into Sky Crisis. And that's sometimes the problem with Vanquish Soul Canine is sometimes they just do brick. Like sometimes ashing a Raisin is just enough. So he is on a little bit of a brick. So he goes into a Sky Crisis. Sky Crisis beat over the Fenrir and then go effective Sky Crisis in main phase 2 to balance Path Atherlion here. And then the Retaliating Sea is still on field, but he does pass. So I draw for turn. Retaliating Sea is still on the field, but I still have to worry about it, right? I probably have to go battle or something like that in the scenario. So like it really just depends on what the hand is. I do have a Ketu set, so it's kind of just a bluff set. I activate Ketu. He says that's fine. I chain Glamo effect to go ahead and pop the Retaliating Sea. So I do get the Ketu to fusion summon at least. So that's still pretty good for us. Depending on the search, it's probably like Pan it's probably like a Pan. But I go ahead and search Urgula instead. So it depends on what my hand is. It's probably, it's a Nibiru that I drew for turn. So I send Urgula and Pan, and then I realize, I'm like, damn, this Sky Crisis is a problem. Because I cannot trigger Atheline effect. So I'm like, cool, we'll just go Urgula effect, Chain Link 1. Maybe I should have searched Pan instead, to be honest with you, but Urgula effect will just go ahead and set a Rahu, most likely, because we already triggered Ketu, so we'll set Rahu here. And again, 2 cards, or I guess it's 3 cards in hand, if I'm not mistaken, for the Vanquish Soul player, and he didn't really do anything turn 1, and I asked a Raisin, so it could just be on a couple bricks. I go Urgula effect in Graveyard to add back Lucas, and then normal summon Lucas effect to go ahead and search for Femina here. And then, so Rahu set, I mean, you could probably just link off here. We are on the Azza package. So we link off Lucas and Gulamo into Azza. Azza, take your Retaliating Sea. Link off Retaliating Sea and Azza, go into a Selene. And then go ahead and not trigger Gulamo's effect, which is very weird. I would think maybe I'm playing around Nibiru is what I'm trying to say right now. So we go into an Axis Code play because, again, we're not locked into Fusion. Drahu's the one that locks into Fusion, and Molulu, but we haven't triggered either of those effects. We go into Axis Code. I just go Gulamo effect. No Axis Code effect, because now we can do Axis Code effect to pop the Sky Crisis because we didn't trigger Axis Code effect to gain attack, so he's only a 2300, which plays around the Sky Crisis floodgate. So we just go Axis Code effect to banish to make sure we can get rid of it. And then he goes Fua. I'm like, damn, that is a Fua, unfortunately. We do have to play into it. So we go Rahu effect, sending the Femina that we had in hand. And probably just some worthless, I don't know what the last one is. It's Pan that I sent. So I go summon an Afterlion. So I go Chain Link 1 Afterlion, Chain Link 2 Femina, Chain Link 3 Pan, and then I add back both, which I cannot do. I don't know why I added back both. I can only add back one, so that's kind of a misplay for me. But luckily, it's the end of the game anyways, because he didn't draw into Nibiru, and that is the end of the game. So a little bit of a misplay. I can only back one off of Atheline because I only used one from hand, but it ended up not mattering because I just went to battle phase and he went, yep, that's the game, unfortunately. So, kind of a bricked hand. If I'm not mistaken, he had like 4 normal summons. Let's see if he shows it off here. He had Ash, but it didn't really do anything. He drew that off the Rahu, so the Ash was pretty worthless. But as you can see, he had 2 Dr. Madloves. Maybe you should have just linked off into the Rock instead and then special Madlove, but like even in that scenario, then I would like, okay, he's on a brick, he's going to search for the start, I just go ahead and Fenrir banish the Madlove and just like, cool, now you don't have a Vanquish Soul monster in hand. Like, it's a little bit rough. That hand was a little bit rough, but I think he should have played it a little bit differently. Maybe go into a Rock, at least force out the Fenrir effect, right? And then but yeah, he didn't really have anything in hand, just too many normal summons in his hand. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content on the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.